Time is running out for the U.S. Congress to raise its national debt limit.
Early June is when we project that we will run out of cash, and there is a chance it could be as early as June 1st.
Well, before we go deep into this topic, first of all, let me give you more sense of the U.S.'s debt. Well, in recent years, the U.S. has borrowed more and more money. The country takes on more debt when it spends a lot, because of investment needed during the recession, because of war, and of course, a recent pandemic. And it does that by selling bonds. Investors buy the bond and lock in an interest rate, and then cash out the bond and get the money back. So it's supposed to be a win-win situation. The U.S. government gets money to fund its programs, and investors make some profit on a safe investment. And here comes the concept of the debt ceiling, which controls how much money the government can borrow to pay its bills, or just the limit on how much debt the country can take on. If the national debt exceeds that limit, the U.S. government might not be able to pay its investors. Well, in fact, the U.S. government regularly comes close to hitting it, but always ends up raising it. The debt ceiling has been raised 78 times since 1960. But the question, once again, is that the U.S. House of Representatives is divided over the issue. The Democratic President Joe Biden is calling on lawmakers to raise the limit without conditions, while Republican House speakers had said that the chamber will not approve any deal that does not cut spending to address a growing budget deficit. Well, whatever the result, if there's not an immediate deal, as just mentioned, the Treasury Department has warned a default could come as soon as June the 1st. And that would likely send the U.S. economy into deep recession.
If they fail to do it, we will have an economic and financial catastrophe that will be of our own making. And there is no action that President Biden and the U.S. Treasury can take to prevent that catastrophe.
Well, it's uncertain when lawmakers will reach a bipartisan agreement to lift the cap. But one thing is for sure, the longer it takes, the more turmoil there could be for the United States and the global economy.